friends, and welcome to another episode of the Urban Homesteading channel. If today is the first time you're visiting our channel, we want to encourage you to view any of our over 500 videos arranged for your convenience in playlists, as we're confident you're going to find something both entertaining and useful to watch. If you've been here before but you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Do subscribe. If today is your birthday, we want to wish you a very happy birthday. Today we're going to build this very nice cabinet jewelry box combo. Is that what we're going to call it?
Yeah, jewelry cabinet.
With some fine detail. This has a very heirloom look. What?
Heirloom?
Say.
Heirloom.
Heirloom.
There's an H there.
Okay, but here we don't say it.
With plenty of space for all your favorite jewelry inside. And with very nice finger joints. This is a piece that I'm confident will please most everyone. So stick around and we're going to show you how to build it. Time to start assembling now, and we're going to use our corner clamps, and we're also going to put glue in all joints. So start with 2, make sure you have the correct orientation, and this is the new painting technique of glue, right? So we have 4 corner clamps, so we're going to use them all on one side. We're going to have one side tight, and then we can use clamps on the other. Normal clamps, not abnormal ones.
Do we need to do the other side of the joint as well, or just this will be enough?
I said we're going to do one side, and then...
With glue?
No, we never put glue in 2 sides. And it would be so helpful if I had the camera on when I was speaking.
Indeed.
So we put the clamps to hold it on in one side, and we're going to do the same on the other side. So all 4 corners we have those clamps. Put it together first. If it helps you align it, put the other piece without glue, because this is now closing here. So, and here we have a little bit of a dry fit. I think this is that correct? Yeah, I guess it is. I was just asking.
Do you think I need to flip it?
No. Check the connection there.
This is tight.
Huh? It's good?
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're going to do that in the other side, and we'll get right back with you guys. So for our door, we are using the same type of wood, but different widths. And we are going to put it together, and we're going to glue it. We're going to let it dry, and then if we need to plane it, we might plane it, but we'll wait and see how it is when it is done. So this is our dry fit. We have not started gluing it yet. We just set them in an orientation we like. So now we're going to start the gluing up process, and then the drying process. So we're going to use Titebond 2 wood glue, which is the normal glue we are always using. And like always, you only need to glue one of the 2 sides. You don't need to glue both sides. And then we're going to clamp it, and then the very exciting process of waiting starts. Right?
Right.
Here's our door. We have clamped it, and we're waiting for it to dry. And we're going to give it at least 32 minutes to an hour before we start trimming it to the correct dimension. because Tidebond recommends at least 40 minutes, I think, before you can start working on the piece, and 24 hours before you can start putting any stress on the joint. This being a door will not have any stresses, so an hour will be plenty of time. And now we're removing the clamps from the carcass. It gets plenty of time for the glue to dry. And we're going to work on the other pieces. The little cells, the little cracks and nooks, right?
Nooks and crannies?
Nooks and crannies, right. But we're going.
Cracks and nooks works too.
Sure.
What's wrong with cracks and nooks?
Nothing. I just was clarifying the expression you were trying to use.
All right, then we're going to take a final look at it and decide which side is going to be the front, which side will be the back, which we like the most, right? So we'll be right with you once we make that decision. But the project looks, it is a little slow moving project because it has a lot of gluing. But other than that, I think it's doing okay. Because everything we're doing here is customized, we have to make a lot of our boards because there are widths and lengths that are not standard. So we're making another glue up here, and I think at this moment we're using every clamp we have.
Just about.
And this will be one of our vertical pieces or horizontal pieces?
Vertical.
So this will be one of our vertical pieces, and of course it has to match the thickness or the depth of the box. So that's what we're doing here. We're just creating another glue up. Stick around. So now we're going to start attaching the little shelves that we're going to use to put little, I don't know, rings and things of this nature there. Whatever jewelry boxes hold.
Jewelry.
Okay. Jewelry in boxes, right? That's what. That's how that works.
Yeah.
And we're using a. It's not called a square. I forget what it's called, but it is a. Okay. I need one more, right? You can turn it around if you don't have space. Look like this.
I'm not sure how that's helping me.
This is flat. I'll do the top, you can do the bottom. Okay, come on, little.
Can you help me make sure that this is like straight and plumb and
This is fine.
level
Let
and
me
everything?
Yeah. Go. Bueno, right.
Time for the moment of truth. How well did we measure? And we wanted this piece to be tight and snug, so you're not going to see any gaps in the wood or anything. Looks like we got it pretty snug so far. Shave just a hair. Ooh, there you go.
We haven't put any glue on.
We haven't, that's why I was leaving it. Oh,
Okay.
We'll lock it down.
but this is the front,
Okay.
so we're going to have to flip it over so that it's flush with these.
Okay. Okay, it's flush. So because we want this to have a very finished look, we decided to use our thickness planer, which we have not used since we were back in Kansas. And I'm not sure we've even used it for a project, have we?
We have. I don't remember what it was, but we have.
And that allows us to make a really nice and smooth surface. I don't know if you can see.
Yeah. Okay.
All right, folks.
So we're now placing the divider that was cut to size and planed to make a nice fine base for it, and making sure that this is flush with the front of the cabinet.
But that's too far down.
But this is very important. That's what it's for now.
And so to bring that edge together, you're using the clamp to pull it in. There we go.
This is good. That's good.
I'm going to use the top one to, or another one to.
Okay, so we have the door plane and squared to one edge where the woodworker is up there, and we are measuring that against the top of the box. And now Mrs. is going to mark where we need to cut that for length.
Got it? Don't move.
You want to do another one too?
And then we also need to shave off just a hair on this side for the width of the door. So marking that. Can we see the marks? Yep. So this is really literally about 1/8 of an inch on this one side, and then just a few inches on the other. So what we did there was to have Mrs. Woodworker support the guide to make sure that there was no wiggle, because we've discovered that within the guide rail, it is wiggling just a little bit, making the cut just slightly off, not quite at 90 degrees. And so by that support, it then brings it to a nice, fine, clean edge. Okay, so now we're gonna glue the front facing pieces of each little compartment into its slot.
And again, this is a project that requires some finesse and a lot of time, right?
Yeah.
And
You need to have a really good understanding of your dimensions.
you need glue on the bottom too. Whatever will be your bottom.
So for these, we want to make sure that they are lined up really, really well. Make sure everything is flush. And so we have 3 more of those to do. And
I'm going to do those, and I want to point out, you see we're a little proud on our finger joints, and that's what you want, because we can knock them out with the sander really quickly, and it will look perfect. But if you are too short, there is not much you can do, right?
Okay.
So we'll finish with the, I will call those the faces.
So here we are setting the fence to cut the back board for this cabinet. We've lined up the saw blade with our line. And now we're getting ready to cut it.
Make sure you're not going to knock it. I will.
right on the line.
Nice clean cut. It's gonna match up with the back here. It just match up really nicely.
All right, friends, we are just about done with the construction. We just have to hang the door, which we finished, by the way, and it came out very nice, as you can see. And we used how many pieces of board for this? It's so nice I cannot even see the joints we made.
4.
Hey, look how nice this came. You cannot even see the joints.
Yep.
Right? What is that?
That's the back.
Oh, and the back. And we're going to use for the back plywood. I cannot put it all the way down now because of there is a clamp there. But that will be our back. So what we have left, we are going to start the staining process. No,
Sanding.
First we're going to sand a little bit, very light,
And talk
with,
about
with high grit. And I thought I talked about it.
a little bit, but let's go again and just.
And these are a little proud here. This is a better look.
So I just wanted to get the focus on it so people could see what you were talking about.
So these are a little proud, and again, that's the preferable state, if you wish, because with a little sanding, that will be totally flat and perfect. So we're going to sand those. We're going to sand any imperfections. We must admit we don't have many, even though we admit it ourselves. You know, these end up looking very well. We did found a little annoying problem with our saw, though, which in general I really like my cobalt. It seems that like the miter gauge has a lot of play, which in a project like this that we needed a lot of fine detail, it came up to be a little bit of problematic.
Right.
We needed to do a couple of cuts because they weren't right. And more annoyingly, a hand cut, a freehand cut, ended up being more accurate than the miter, right?
Yes.
But that's for another video,
Right.
another time.
So anyway, I'm gonna get around to sanding, and then when the sanding is done, we'll come back and show the next step. The switch on that thing is so touchy.
See, we have a nice flat reveal now. Is that what we're going to call it, a reveal? Is that the correct term? And when it is stained, you're going to see, because this is end grain, it's going to stain different. It's going to give a lot of character to this, right?
Yep.
Okay.
That's it. That's all, folks. So
all.
with our sanding and assembly completed, we're starting the finishing process. And again, we're going to stain the piece. You can also make a gloss paint on this project. That will, I think, will look good as well. Or of course, you can do my favorite and leave it unfinished. And as you can see,
Consuda.
and you can see that the fingers make a very nice little finishing, right? And you can also round this corner if you want. That makes it look even more interesting. So, once again, let the staining begin.
And you said you were thinking about doing just a real light coat with this color.
As light as I can.
It is a fairly dark stain, but you can do lighter coverage.
See right the contrast on the fingers.
Oh yeah, that looks really nice. Nice. Okay.
So we'll finish this and we'll be locating the hooks where we want them in general, and we're going to use a little drill bit, a small one, to make the insertion easier.
Show
We
me.
chose,
Show me again. Ooh, okay.
We chose not to put the back yet, so it will allow us an easier access to do this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ready?
No.
but go forward.
Forward is helpful. Okay.
Now nothing heavy will hang from here, right?
Right.
These are all for jewelry. And do you want the hook in the front or in the back, or does it make a difference?
I want the hook in the front. This is the front.
Yes, I'm aware. Very exciting, riveting building here, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Now you can be very anal here and you can go exactly and measure and count, right? I don't think it's necessary.
Depends
But-
on who the project is for.
Oh, do you think it's necessary?
Well, you never know. It's necessary to be straight, though. Don't. Don't.
I'm trying to make it better.
Don't.
Oh, so you're doing it yourself.
She's making it more better.
She's making it more better?
Yeah.
You cannot make it more better. I make it more better. Alright. Question, do you want anything here on the sides or not?
No.
Okay.
To flip it up to see. I have to flip it up to see.
Okay.
You just said no.
I said I don't know.
I have you on video. You said no.
I guess I got too much.
I don't. You don't have to. If that's enough, you know, that's enough.
Let's put them towards the back because I have a larger space here and here.
You want it up or down? There? It'll be
Yeah,
a little
but-
crooked, but that's okay.
Okay.
You want me to do it?
No, I would like to do it.
Okay. I didn't went deep, so you can actually straighten it if you so desire.
I will.
You didn't go deep.
I didn't. Remember, this is a PG-13 channel.
I was just repeating to make sure that I understood what you said.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. So it has to face up, right?
I'm gonna face your up. Just doesn't want to go.
You want me to do it?
No!
Get her the pliers.
What do you want?
I dropped one and I wanted to find it.
You know you're on camera, right?
It's been a long day, folks. Very long day.
There?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, shallow.
Yes. That's the way you ask for it. Riveting YouTubing. If that doesn't get us to 1 million subscribers, I don't know what will.
Well,
And we screwed 8 times.
right. Get her the pliers.
No, I'm done.
She's done.
Okay. Excellent. Yay.
Hi!
Mm-hmm.
I'm your jewelry box.
You're the jewelry box.
You are the jewelry
Beautiful.
box?
Oh, yeah. You look beautiful.
Is this like mirror, mirror on the wall?
Yes. Alright, so you said you wanted this on the top like this and on the bottom like this, right?
So now we're installing the hinges for the door. And these are small hinges that we were able to locate.
So here we are on the last of the 4 screws for the last hinge. And this is something you do not use power tools for, right? You're going to damage both the finished piece and the screws and potentially the hinge. These are very small hinges. This whole piece is actually fairly light. It's not a very heavy piece.
Right. The only thing we did use a power tool for, right there, behind your arm, that's in my shot, is we used a very small drill bit to drill some pilot holes to ensure that these did not split the wood as they were going in.
Right, because especially here we have very little, the door is very
it's
narrow.
a very thin door.
Okay, the moment of truth. You want to do the honors? Yay! It's alive!
Yay!
And now we have to do the latch.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's turn it on. Okay, go. And now we're attaching the last screw from the latch mechanism. We wanted to have an old style look. So we use hardware that match that look. You can use modern hardware, or you can even use magnets to latch the door versus use a latch system. This is where your imagination can take over. You're going to strip it if you hold it.
There we go.
And here it is. So we have any finishing touches? Since this is a jewelry box display, we're going to embellish it a little bit. So we're going to attach those corner protection.
And remember, the lesson when using hot glue is that hot glue is hot. So try very hard not to touch it with your finger.
Or touch it with your fingers.
Let's not. And also try not to drop all your corners. But as you can see, they have a little bit of a coppery look to them, a little bit of scroll work there, and they tone very nicely with the box. And as you can see, it doesn't take much at all to do that. They're all attached.
You turn it off?
I did not turn it on. I don't know.
There we
Turn it
go.
off.
There we go. All right, we want to stand it up and have a look at it.
Yeah, we need to. Well, folks, this is our show for today. And we ask you, if you enjoyed what we did, to give us a thumbs up. This is our finished product, and we're very pleased with this. It has a lot of interesting character and details, right? Mm-hmm. Your jewelry will be very nice and protected in any of those alcoves. You can hang chains in any of those hooks. And the piece has nice detail like this latch, right? And these corner protectors. And of course, we built it to look like an old looking cabinet, even though it is a fairly new one, right?
Brand new.
Brand new.
Do we have any challenges building this? Other than our equipment?
Well, it is a detailed piece. All of the joints, as well as the small pieces that make up the compartments inside, have to be very carefully measured.
We're very, very pleased with the door, right? That we use, I believe, 4 different pieces to put together. And this is one of the things, when you make something like this, you will not be able to find everything cut in the dimension you want it. And for the wood we wanted, and we wanted to use the same wood throughout, we had to make the door ourselves, and I think it looks really, really nice. And Miss Wizard might decide to do more embellishing, is that it? Mm-hmm. In the future. So I hope you enjoyed the episode. Let us know if you did. Let us know what else you would like to see in our channel. From Dr. Wizard, Mrs. Wizard, Elpida at the Urban Homesteading channel, we wish you a great week. Stay safe, wash your hands, put your masks on, and we will see you again soon. Farewell, friends.